Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota in Nashville. Wanted to come at you guys with something that is important to actually look for. So undoubtedly you guys have seen the pictures that are out there of several fields or facilities that are full of vehicles from some manufacturers that aren't Toyota, but some manufacturers that were building cars waiting on parts. So they just kept building, waiting on parts, figuring that those parts would come sooner or later. So they put them in a field and have waited and waited and waited. So some of those cars have been sitting there for months. All right, so several months things can happen to the cars. Obviously critters get involved in them, you know, just there's a lot of things that can happen when something sits that long and is just sitting there, right? So especially even brand new, you can cause problems in it. So a lot of people have asked me, well, how do I tell if one's been sitting that long? There's not really a way to tell specifically. There's not something on there that says this car was sat in the field, but there is something that you can do that will probably give you an idea. So right now cars are selling so fast that there are just very few new cars that are on the ground and available. So with the manufacturers that have been sitting these cars down there, they had to produce them, and there is a plate. I'm going to show you the plate, and I'm going to show you several different brands here so you can kind of see how they are. But there's a plate that's on, it's a decal that's on the inside of the door that shows the date of manufacture. When that car rolls off the assembly line, that plate with the VIN is put there, and then there's also something you can check on the VIN. So now first off, I'm going to say that, you know, the plate will always have the model year on there. All right, but keep in mind that just because it's a 2021 doesn't mean that it was built in 2021. It could have been built in 2020, right? And you know, kind of vice versa on some of that stuff. So just because you see that plate and that plate says that it's one thing doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly what you're looking at. So and I'll show you a little bit of that here, just to kind of give you an idea. So this right here, this is a Ford Explorer, all right? So this one's a used one, of course, but this gets my point across. So what you're gonna see is you're gonna see this plate that is down here, all right? Now, on this one, it shows date. This one was 6/16 that one was made. So sometimes it says date, sometimes it don't. I'm gonna show you that too. But keep in mind, this one is a 2017 model. All right, so this one was made halfway through the year in 2016, but it's actually a 2017 model year. So like I said, it can be different just kind of depending on how the manufacturer changed something. Maybe there was a big to do or something like that was in the model year, right? So that being said, if we come back over here, this one's a Honda. All right, so we look at a Honda. Well, this is a CRV. Well, it's actually got it inside the frame here rather than down on the bottom. But if you look here, it just says manufactured by Honda Motor Corp, whatever. And up here you see 2 of 19. So this was made February of 2019. All right, so that's when that one was made. And this one is a 2019 model, right? So now I'm to a Venza over here. So this one's a Toyota, right? So on a Venza, you have it, and it's down over here, right? Well, you can see there's nothing that says date, but up in the corner, you can see over here, if I can get a good angle on it, which maybe I can, maybe I can't, but it says 2 of 21, all right? This one's a 21 that was made 2 of 21, all right? And all of these, you know, like I said, they're all, you know, which we got some music in the background from some of these Woo buses, but they're set by the manufacturer what the date is. And keep in mind too that if they built it, they could, you know, I know some cars for 2021 turned over in March of 2020. So that's, you know, it's not necessarily the exact date. And I know I'm just kind of talking in circles here, but you see this one's Nissan, right? So this one shows 1 of 19 up here. This one actually is a 19 as well, but you can kind of see, and like I said, I'm just kind of showing you some vehicles so that you guys can see a little bit about how this works. So the tags look a little bit different in that. So like I said, the whole reason I'm showing you is because if there has been one that was built 6 months ago, all right? And this is the reason, I know I got long-winded, sorry about that, but if it was built 6 months ago, and it's even if it's a current model year, and it took 6 months to get to the dealership's lot, these things are selling so quick right now, guys, that is a red flag right now. If that thing took 6 months, it probably sat in the field. That's an assumption on my point, but on my part, but I would believe that it should be an assumption on yours doing, you know, the exact same thing. So like I said, it's just an idea, but that's what I would look at. Look at that plate if you're going to buy a vehicle, and make sure that it's not one that was sitting in a field, or if it was, maybe you've got something to negotiate with. But you know, right now everything's selling, of course, but especially going forward into the future, you might want to look at that. So the other thing you can always do too is if you actually look at the VIN number, which VIN number is right here on the dash, of course, the 10th digit over from the left. So 10th digit from the left is your year, all right? So you can also look at that. So if you don't want to look at the plate, you can look at that for getting your year. It is something that could help you if you just were you know, questioning anything. But L is 20, M is 21, N is 22, P is 23. You'll never have an O or a 0 for that. You'll never have a Q, a U, or a Z in there. So something else just kind of pointing out, that'll show you the year, but it doesn't really show you how many months something's been on there, and you'll only get the month and the year, you won't get the day. So, but I showed you a Ford, showed you a Honda, showed you Toyota, showed you Nissan. Everybody does it very similar, but you should be able to find it on that data tag for when the production of that vehicle happens. So definitely watch yourself, see what you guys think, and if you got a little bit from this video, definitely like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.